Hi, I'm Mandeep Singh, founder of Mandeeps.com, and in this multi-part video series, we're working with a live visualizer module. So let's get started. What we've done so far is we've created a recipe structure. We've added some recipes to our module. We've created a visualizer, which is basically an auto-generated template, list view, and it's displaying recipes outside right here. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to explore a concept called instance settings of a visualizer. This is one of the more advanced concept within live visualizer. So let's go ahead and spend a few minutes and try and understand what we're trying to do. So this all recipes visualizer basically has a template right here, which basically renders the list that we saw outside, this right here. Now there's a separate video which covers template customization and how to make it pretty and to customize it for your needs. So take a look at that to learn more about templates. But let's say I were to create a visualizer which were displaying tabs. I'm going to switch over to our Portal 5 theme here, and let's say we wanted to use our Portal 5 theme shortcodes to create tabs. Now we can see that there's a bunch of different tabs. There's top left, there's top right, there's bottom left, bottom right, there's justified top, justified bottom, vertical left, vertical right, centered, and so forth. Now if you explore the code, let's look at the shortcode here. We see there's a div with a class tabs and a UL and so forth in the content. If I take a look at the content here versus this one, I see the content is pretty much exact same, except for this one has two more classes. So it really doesn't make sense for me to create two different visualizers, one called top left tabs, another one called top right tabs. It would make a lot more sense if I had a setting which I could simply choose that for this instance I want to do top left, and for the other instance I want to do top right. So let's go ahead and see how we can do that with live visualizer. Obviously I'm not using tabs because I have an auto-generated template, but I'm going to go ahead and explain this concept in a much simpler way. So let's go to settings. This is called the instance settings that are persisted for each instance of visualizer displayed in a module, and I'll explain that in a sec what that means. Let's go ahead and create a new setting structure. I'm just going to go ahead and call this background. So for all my purposes, I want a setting which allows me to switch the background color. All right, so let's go ahead and create a radio button. I'm just going to call this background color. Now keep in mind and kind of compare this to the earlier example. If I was doing tabs, I could have had a drop down or a radio button that would let you choose what kind of tabs you want, top left, top right, justified. You could build your settings to your heart's desire. You got, again, live forms functionality. You could add as many fields as you want, even create multi-page forms for your settings. So exactly what you want, that's up to you. I'm just gonna go ahead and give this two colors, red and green, and then we'll make the red one as our let's make this required, and we'll make the red one as our selected one, and there we go. I have a new settings called background. Now this really doesn't really make much of sense because inside this I have a background color. So a good name for the structure would really be options. So let me go ahead and redo this again. Let's call this options, and I'm gonna go ahead and drag a radio button, call this my background color, and then really quick change this back to red, green. Let's get the red selected and let's have this required. And that makes a lot more sense. Let's say we have a tabs visualizer, and that tabs visualizer has a bunch of options. All right, so how do we use this? Now that I've created those options, I'm going to go ahead and hit update. What happens is inside your visualizer you see the settings. These are your instance settings. If I click on it, I get to choose my settings. So I'm saying for this instance I want to use red. I'm going to go ahead and update that. But we haven't really used these settings anywhere. So let's go back, edit our template, and let's go ahead and use this. All I'm going to do is right here create a style and give it a background color. And right here I basically want my color to appear. Now you could always do Control Shift to bring all your models in. And one of the new things you're going to see is we now have model.options. This is the new options we just created. And inside that, if I do Shift space, I get to see the background color option that I created. Now this background color is the one we just selected, so I'm just going to kind of bring it right in here and save this. All right, let's go back to the page, and we got a red background. Great. Now let me explain when I say that these settings are persisted for each instance. What that really means is I'm going to go ahead here and create a new page to kind of do a demo. Add new page, and we'll just call this green, and everybody can see this page. So let's add this page on the, and I'm going to remove this default module, add an instance of visualizer module to the page. There it is. Then let's go manage it, and I'm going to say I want to show all recipes, but here I want to show this in green background. And let's go ahead and hit return. There you go. I see a green background, and if I switch to the original page, I see the red background. Now both of these pages are using the same visualizer module, but they have their own individual instance settings. Again, a red and green color doesn't make much of a difference, but in terms of that tabs example, I could be showing vertical tabs on one and horizontal tabs on another. So this is an extremely powerful feature of Live Visualizer that you could use. That's it for this short video. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to open a support ticket, and we'll be happy to assist you.